Hey guys, Luke here. Welcome to the first ever Luke Does Film video. I should probably do an intro. Frick. 2017, a great year for pop culture, music, meme culture, movies, TV shows. We have the whole load, but we're just gonna focus on movies today. In particular for 2017. I mean, you have bangers in 2017, specifically in like the animated movie scene, because that was blowing up at the time. You had animated classics such as in 2017, in the animated movie space, you had such bangers as Ferdinand. You had Batman and Harley Quinn. I don't know. The Lego Batman movie. The Nutjob 2 movie came out. There was the Monster Family. You have Captain Underpants, Coco, Son of Bigfoot. You had the Emoji Movie. I mean, you had the Lego Ninjago movie, you had The Star, My Little Pony, Smurfs, Cars 3, Teen Titans movie, Justice League Dark, you had Paddington 2, there was so much stuff in there. But the thing is, there was one movie that came out at this time that seemed to be a cultural phenomenon and seemed to wipe the floor with the rest of these movies. Well, besides Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants is a goated movie. We need a sequel, and the Dogman movie is not a sequel, it's a separate thing. Okay, I'm not counting that. But there was a cultural phenomenon that happened in 2017. On the 31st of March, 2025, the Boss Baby hit cinemas in the US. And this movie, I'm pretty sure had a budget of 125 million from my memory. And it managed to get back I don't know, like 500 mil something. And this was released by DreamWorks, obviously. So DreamWorks was pushing out movies. DreamWorks has bangers like Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon. There's I'm trying to remember the intro sequence because that has basically all the stuff they're known for. Oh yeah, there's The Croods, there's Madagascar, there's Shrek, there's The Bad Guys, Captain Underpants movie, another one. The Bee Movie, Puss in Boots, Monsters vs. Aliens. I mean, just a whole... And The Rise of the Guardians as well, that's a pretty good movie. Very underrated. Horribly underrated. But, yeah, DreamWorks is such a big company. So, let me just adjust this camera real quick because this is way too low. Oh, look at... You can see all the little blemishes in my skin. But, oh, that's a bit high. This is being pushed up against my door, by the way. Okay, that's much better. I'm like eye level. Okay, there we go. So, DreamWorks, massive company. So as soon as they're releasing a new movie like this, The Boss Baby, people are going to be hitting cinemas to watch this. And I can speak from personal experience. In Durban, South Africa, Penzance pre-primary school, Penzance primary school, or I don't know which of the two it was. Okay, I don't remember this stuff. I think it's Penzance primary that we were watching this. But we got to drive out in the middle of the night to have this slumber party movie night kind of mashup going on at our school. And the movie was The Boss Baby. It had recently come out and we pirated it and watched it in the hall. South Africa, the home of pirates, the home of internet pirates. But as the movie had just come out, no one had really watched it yet. and we got to watch it in the hall, in our jammies, in our pajamas, in our sleeping bags, and I'll just say, one of my favorite DreamWorks movies ever. Horribly rated by some people. I'm pretty sure I had like a 52, 53% on Rotten Tomatoes, 53 for the tomato meter and 52 for the popcorn meter, and like a 6.3 on IMDb, so just above So, but I feel like The Boss Baby was a good movie. I loved The Boss Baby. As a matter of fact, we rewatch it sometimes in my household. And the thing is, when I was watching it, and a few times before, I think you can get where I'm going with this if you've watched the Ranking My Lookalikes video on my main Luke Does Minecraft channel. Subscribe, please. Please subscribe to that channel. And subscribe to this one, please. And all my channels, please, 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 please. You'll probably see the subscribe button glowing right now. You just need to click it. Click it right there. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Anyways, where was I going with this? The one thing people kept on bringing up is, oh, is that you? Is that you? That kind of looks like your brother. That looks like your mum. Didn't you do that last weekend? He's Tim Templeton. But, yeah, it's a pretty common thing that happened, with kids, especially in that slumber party thing. And to this day, Tim Templeton was listed in my Ranking My Lookalikes thing, and I didn't say we had a lot of similarities, but I might be overriding that for today's video. But I've been told a lot that I not only share a similar family structure, personality type, and appearance to Tim Templeton, and I started to do some digging into this. And when I'm talking about The Boss Baby, by the way, I'm talking about the movie, not the book that it was based on. If you never knew, it was actually based on a book. It was based on a book by an American lady and stuff, and it was completely different. I'm pretty sure the brother was 15 in that book, but no. In the movie, 2017, he was 7.5. I always remember that line. I'm 7.5. But I started to dig into this and do a little bit of research into this, and a conspiracy began to conspire in my head, because I felt like there were way too many similarities to ignore and just call coincidences. So I decided, let's take a deep dive into this and analyze how this could be a conspiracy. So to start off, let's just start off with the setting in general. It's set in Chicago, Michigan. I'm pretty sure Chicago is in Michigan. Where is the Boss Baby set? I can get this right now. Toledo, Ohio? So the Netflix series is set in Ohio. Because I was told it was set in Michigan. Michigan, yeah, Michigan. So, yeah. Royal Oak, Michigan. So like that area of Michigan area. Apparently the TV show takes place in Ohio, so they might have moved. Weirdly, I haven't watched the TV show. I'll have to watch it eventually. My TV is right there in my bedroom. I will get to watching it if this video gets popular. I would say if this video gets like 20 likes, that's the most likes I've ever had on a video, then I'll make a follow-up video covering the TV show and answering some questions the TV show has about it and reviewing all of that. Actually, 20 likes and I'll watch the original movie, and slowly I'll begin to like up the like counts the more episodes that I want to film, and the more episodes that go by. So, starting off, physical appearance. I mean, if you were to look at me and Tim Templeton, if I can find a photo, this is a photo of me when I was about the same age when the movie came out. I'll try to find a most recent photo as of the movie's releasing, so closest to 31st of March 2017 as I can. But that's me, okay? That was me at the time. Now, I still share some similarities, and not only in that, but we'll bring up the second movie next time, okay? Because I know there's a teenage version of himself and there's a adult version of himself. And, yeah, we'll cover that in another episode. But, looking at the 7-year-old version of himself, first thing I want to say is that one of the reasons we were compared was because of our age difference. It's extremely similar. I mean, I know most of the movie takes place in 1983, which is why you don't see like a lot of modern day technology and stuff as of 2017. But it takes place in 1983. No. It takes place in 2017. No. It takes place in like the 90s, 2000s, because Tim was born in 1983. Tim was born in 1983. I was born in 2009, which is way after that, which is like 41, 42 years after that. But if you were to look, his birthday is like 5 months different from mine. And when the movie released, I was about the same age as him. Maybe a bit younger in terms of not canonically, but like, he was like 7.5 when the movie released and was like 31st of March, so it was just after his birthday, and he was just 7, and I would say, no, I'm a bit older in terms of the release date, because my birthday's September, and I was 7 at the time the movie came out, turning 8 September, so I'm a little bit older than him, not canonically, but in terms of like the movie release date and stuff. I was a little bit older than him, and we looked, because our ages were about the similar as when the movie came out, I was given comparisons. I mean, if I were to pull up a photo of Tim Templeton right now on my computer, I've already seen him time and time again, but it's great to get a refresher on what he looks like. And the kid version, and when I mean the kid version, I preferably like to use the actual movie version, not the Netflix terrible spin-off they made. Okay, when I look at him, there's instantly a lot of things I can spot. Similarities and differences. Hair swoosh. You can see I have the hair swoosh. It's not as, like, it doesn't go out as far, which obviously has to have some curly locks to support those, and I do have some curly locks, as you can see. It's a bit of orange, but I'd say it's brown. It's very much a mix. It's like brown, dark brown, light brown, orangey. I just look like I ate a star in Super Mario. Can you go, please? Rat there.
Rat.
You scared rats?
Give me rat.
There's rats.
I've obtained rat.
Anyways, where was I? If you were to look at eyebrows, I mean, they don't really do thin eyebrows, and they don't really do these kind of like opaque eyebrows, like opacity's very down. There isn't that much hair. But I'd say my eyebrows are about the same thickness, maybe a bit thicker. Eye color, his eyes are blue. That's the difference. His eyes are blue. My favorite color is blue though. So I'm gonna try find similarities, by the way. I'm gonna connect this all, by the way. You're gonna know why I'm doing this. We have the big ear thing. Thank goodness. The nose, I would say it's not like that. If it was more like bulby here and more like that, then I would understand the nose thing. But you could just pass that off as just like they were lazy at animating. They just wanted to put a little button nose for cuteness or whatever. The mouth. His lips are a bit thinner. I have an overbite as well. He has an overbite as well. Oh yeah, that pimple on my lip, that's new, by the way. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be gone in a bit. It's happened before. About the same build when I was younger. Still am very thin for my age. Like, look at me. I'm thin. Thin boy. Skin and bones, just like him. And he's about the average height. I would say I'm about the same height as him when I was younger. I wasn't tall, I wasn't short, I was about the middle, same as him. So there are quite a few things you can compare between the two of them. I mean, if you were to take... Wait, I want to see what a live action Tim Templeton would look like. Live action Tim Templeton. I want to see if anybody's tried doing that. Looks like some people have done fan casting for it, but no one's actually like made like a, oh, they look like this person kind of thing. It's just been fan casting, and I'm actually gonna bring up the fan casting for Tim Templeton, because this is going to be very interesting. And if you watch the Ranking My Lookalikes video, you'll get all the references from this. So I didn't pull this up before, but as soon as I saw one of the people that came up, I was like, guys, it might be a thing. Tim Templeton. Let's go Tim Templeton. So why is Majesty on you? But if you are to look at the fan casts for the Boss Baby, I mean, there are quite a lot of different things. You can see, oh, there, Tim Templeton. There are three people that come up. Some people said Ryan. No. Some people said Tom Holland. Tom Holland came up in my list of lookalikes because some people said I look like Tom Holland, kinda. So that's interesting. That proves a point. You have and the thing with the eye color, I could just wear contact lenses, and then I could easily fit into a Boss Baby remake. I mean, not the younger version one, because then I'd need cleaner skin. I would say I could not pass as a 12-year-old. I could pass as like a 13, 14-year-old, not a 12-year-old. Not in my wildest dreams could I pass off as a 12-year-old. He isn't even 12, he's 7. I could not pass as a 7-year-old. I'd probably be in the Fuller House-esque comedy remake of the Boss Baby. I could pass as that. Or if they do make the live action like ages from now, I could do the voiceover and the adult version live action. I could do that. And I could pitch my voice up to do like a Tim Templeton. Like a young Tim Templeton. What's my best Tim Templeton impression? What does he said in the show? You're fired! No, nah. It's over, Boss Baby. You're fired! Oh, that's bad. I am not the best at voice acting, guys. Please, stop. The only thing I can do is Toad. Okay. It hurts my throat, though, so I'm not going to do that again. There are quite a few visual comparisons you can make. And the thing I want to specifically point out as well is the family structure, is because we have a really similar family structure. As a matter of fact, I think in terms of family structure, yeah, younger brother. I have a younger brother. Blonde hair. Used to have blonde hair, but he started to go a bit brown. So it's starting to stray away from the movies a bit, but the movies are in the future, so it's kind of like a prediction-esque thing. So that eliminates time travel immediately. The directors did not use time travel, okay? And basically my overall conspiracy theory on this is that they took the book, the original book, and they were like, oh, this is a cool idea. And then they were like, wait, this family is oddly similar. And then they made a movie based off of us. A bit modified, though, so no one would notice. And then they made the sequel because they were like, how are we going to make the sequel? They haven't grown up that fast yet. And so they're like, oh, okay, just make predictions and roll with it. And almost all the predictions are accurate. Almost. There are quite a few predictions I got wrong. Remember, the sequel video will be soon. And it's not now. Okay? But, in terms of personality type, I would say Tim is about a... I'm going off on the wrong direction. Family structure. Younger brother. Blonde hair. Business-esque type. So kind of like the Neil Patrick Harris type. In which he's kind of like a business hustler, woman getter type. Yet always single. So kind of like how the Boss Baby is... how he gives off in the first movie and in the second movie. I'm not bringing up the second movie as much, but I'll kind of bring it up sometimes. Personality type, now we can... No. Family. I'm an egg, but because there's an important point here. Tim Stapleton's mother, Janice Stapleton, she was actually born in 1985 because she was 32 at the time of the movie's release, and my mum was 32 at that time, 1985. Ooh, there's some comparisons there, and the dads are probably about the same age. So I would say 1985, 1986. My dad was born in 1986. Oh, the comparisons are being drawn, and my brother, he was born 2014, and the movie takes place 2017, so he's like 3 years old when this came out. So still considered infant status, but not newborn. Still, though, there are quite a bit of coincidences in there. And I'm pretty sure I made a whole document full of all of the different things that we have in common. And then I rounded it into percentages. Now, in terms of appearance, the chance of myself and someone else having the same traits listed here, looking very similar in, like, not same face, but like same overall check boxes they have, like brown hair, brown eyes, thick eyebrows, nose, mouth, all the things we had in common. I took that and I googled all of the statistics, not scientific statistics, the overall consensus and all of the polls and everything. And I took that and I narrowed it down into percentages by timesing them together. And you guys know how to do probability, right? You've probably learned that in math class. But in terms of physical appearance, the percentage came down to 0.01%. Crazy. 0.01% chance that someone will have the same traits as me, even though people tend to see people that look like me, like Tim, like Tom Holland, as like average white boy. I mean, brown is the most common hair color. Brown is the most common eye color. I'm pretty sure most of the world is probably, I would say, a big portion of the world is white. So that probably makes up a lot. Because I know there's like India and China put together in terms of population, and they're not white. So yeah, white is a bit. So I look like the average person. Yet the chance of me finding someone else with the same physical appearance as me, like a very similar physical appearance to me, is 0.01% chance. Yet I find some people who do share similar facial features as me quite often, as you saw in my my video. And that percentage, by the way, is 1 in 83 people, which is a crazy small number now that you think about it. 83 people. There are like 1 billion people on this planet. It is so easy to find someone that fits the same traits as me. So, yeah, average white boy, I would say. Yeah, I've confirmed. Guys, I confirmed the average white boy allegations. I am average white boy in terms of appearance. Not personality. I'm different, okay? There are quite a lot of things in terms of personality that makes me different. That's where we move away from physical appearance and stuff. Family thing, I think it was like 2%. There's a 2% chance of someone having the same family and same family member appearances as me. Interestingly, because there's a lot of family members that you have to times together, and all of their genetics you have to times together that fit the characters. And one thing that stood out is while my mum did look like Janice, and I did look like Tim, and I still kind of look like Tim, and my brother looked like the Boss Baby. There's one person that doesn't fit the same appearance nor physical description as much, and that is Ted. Theodore Lindsay Templeton. Not Junior, because that's Boss Baby, but Theodore is the father. Now, the father is the one with the dark brown hair, glasses, kind of thing. He looks like nothing like my dad. I would say he looks more like my dad now, but add a couple pounds. But I'd say they do not share even remotely close of a physical appearance. I mean, my dad wears glasses now, but he didn't back then, and his hair is quite dark, while the dad's Theodore's is darker than everyone else's, but it's still brown. And his eye color's green, and the mother's eye color's blue, Janice. So there is some differentiating eye colors in there that aren't lining up with this. But remember, my theory is that they were like, oh, look at that family right there. They fit that description. Now, we don't want them to get sus, so let's just change a few things. Let's change a few things to make sure that they don't notice, okay? And I have a lot of points to mention for this, by the way. This is definitely going to be over 30 minutes of a video. Because we're not just mentioning, like, the family themselves. We're mentioning, like, the story. We're mentioning the place they live in, the geography. We have all of that lined up. We have, yeah, but interesting percentages there. Now, I haven't calculated any other percentages other than that. So we're just going to be going off, like, top of my head stuff for the rest of this. So, Tim, I've run a TBMI test on him, and I think I can run a personality test on him, MTBI. Okay. I don't agree with this. The internet is saying introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. INFJ. I would say he's either an ENFP or an ESFP. I would say he's definitely either an ENFP or an ESFP. Now, you can disagree with me all you want, but I ran the tests as well. And people do have differing opinions. There's so many movies and shows and everything. I might be wrong. But I have been going through either ENFP or ESFP depending on my mood over time. I have not done a MTBI test in like a year. But last time I did it, I got ESFP. And before that, I got ENFP over and over and over throughout school. And then it became ESFP. So maybe I just answer something a little bit different. Maybe I am ENFP, but then I just answered something a little bit wrong, or got stuck on something. But yeah, it fall around there, and I'd say Tim falls around the same as well. As I've said before, I related to him a lot, and I've also related to Greg Heffley a lot, and that is not good. No matter how good you may think, it is not good to have the same personality as Greg Heffley. I have moved away from the egotistical stuff, okay? I have had that character growth. But, he has that same kind of personality type. Now, a thing in terms of neurodiversity that I want to bring up. I mean, we're probably not going to have all the same stuff in terms of neurodiversity, because I have like a stacked out list full of stuff. Like, I could be... I'm the one nerd that's like, actually, I'm autistic, I have ADHD, PTSD, OCD, all diagnosed, by the way, all diagnosed. ADHD, ASD, OCD, PTSD from belt and physical punishment from parent, by the way, and from some things with knives and younger brother and stuff. But yeah, I have like a really stacked out list of neurodivergency things and different conditions and stuff, which is interesting. And the thing about Tim is he has a really big imagination, and I would argue that he's maybe I would say he has maybe a bit of autism, maybe a bit of ADHD. ADHD is pretty freaking common though, so there is a likelihood that he has ADHD. I mean, when you watch the movies, it's kind of like really fast-paced and moving. So it kind of feels like... I haven't watched the movie in ages, by the way, so I'm just making assumptions. We might watch it for a video, by the way. But I feel like... yeah, he might have ADHD, might have ASD. I would say he probably has ADHD or ADD or one of the two. ADA, full stop, just nothing. Or HD, 4K, 8K, 1080p. I'm just listing stuff now. In terms of storyline, I would say it falls a little bit different there, in which it's like, in the movie, Tim Templeton has his mother and his father all to himself. They're creative individuals, they do stuff all the time, and it's like this perfect family, this triangle. He constantly brings up this triangle. The triangle is a symbol of strength, the three sides. And yes, before my brother was born, it was just the three of us, and we were happy all the time, and we would spend time together all the time when we could. I would even go to work with my parents all the time, like, bring your kid to work day from the movie. But I'm guessing everyone did that. But yeah, but I would spend a lot of time with my parents. We were quite creative people. We'd do stuff all the time. We'd be always going around doing something new. As my mum's Facebook page has confirmed, she probably has like over 10,000 photos on there. Well over 10,000 photos on her Facebook page alone. And she doesn't even upload all her photos to Facebook. She has it all on like a hard drive in her office or something. Probably way more than 10,000 photos and videos and stuff. It will probably have terabytes of photos, videos, and everything from all over my childhood and all over all of our lives and stuff. So, when Seth did come into the picture, I would say this is where the difference is. My brother's Seth, by the way. He was the one who came in and got Albie. He's that one. But, in the movie, he didn't ask for a younger brother. He just wants his parents to himself. In real life, I did ask for a younger brother. I did pray for a younger brother. And I got a younger brother. And the thing is, I didn't really care if he took all the attention. At first I didn't really care.
Boys, shut everything down. I want you upstairs. We're leaving soon.
Okay. At first I didn't really care about the attention, because I was just like, oh yeah, well I have a new friend now, because I didn't really have any friends that I hang out with outside of school besides one. But yeah. So there's a pretty big difference there. There's the whole fighting thing throughout the film. That was definitely relevant. I would say if it is based on my childhood, it is very much child-proofed and watered down, because there were knives used. There was stabbing, not by me. During it, there was biting, very frantic biting,
Boys, make sure you are very warm.
and some brutal fighting. I will tell you. So very much child-proofed. I would say the same thing with my dad's personality. Throughout the movie, he was really like this happy. Okay, if we're gonna punish him, we're gonna punish him like, go to your room or something. But that is very much a child-proof version of my dad. My dad would go, get out the belt. So that's very much child-proofed. So I'm thinking if they were to have based the Boss Baby off my family, it would very much be child-proofed. It would very much be enhanced, Americanified, if you like. Michigan actually, there's quite a lot of few that in the movie it says it takes place in Michigan, but I'm gonna be walking with you. Oh, I paused it. I don't know what I didn't say while that was paused, but yeah, it feels like Michigan, but it feels not like Michigan. It feels more like Durban, South Africa. Very green, very coastal Durban, South Africa, I would say. But it's probably not Michigan. The only thing that gives Michigan is the houses and the accents of the people, but that's it. As a GeoGuessr player, it looks nothing like Michigan, besides the houses and the accents, but that's it. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. This was a bit of a weird rant. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.